You go into a museum and you don't have the aroma of fuel or oil, it's a dead museum.
I think Planes of Fame is unique among aviation museums in that we're a flying museum. So we have over 150 aircraft in the collection, but close to 45 of those have been restored to flight.
When they made these airplanes, they were only made to last 100 hours. And here it is, 84 years later, and they're still flying.
It's one thing to see them and to look around them. It's something entirely different when they pull one out and they start it up and you get to hear it and smell it and feel it. I just think that adds an element to the experience that you just can't get otherwise. Nothing substitutes for that. How did I get involved? I came to an air show for 2 years with a friend of mine. And after the second air show, he said, you know, you really seem to know a lot about this stuff. Maybe you should volunteer at the museum. So I went home, got online, filled out the application, and 2 weeks later, I was back here doing my orientation. And that was about 5.5 years ago.
8 years ago, I was a volunteer at a different museum, and I heard about this place, so I came. But when I came, I also brought my now 16-year-old grandson, and at that time he was 8. Since then, we came every year, and then in 2019, we started volunteering, the both of us.
I got involved with the Planes of Fame a lot of years ago. I've been a member over 20 years, and I grew up in the area, so I've known about the museum for quite some time, and my father was in the Army Air Corps, and so I've always had an interest in aviation. When I got started with the museum, after I retired, it allowed me to learn more about the things my dad had done, because he never talked about his experiences in the war.
They had a thing about becoming a member, so I became a member. And I came here enough where somebody turned around and said, "Why don't you volunteer?" And I went, "Okay."
I like it primarily because it is like walking back in time. It's a time machine. It takes you back to other eras, whether it be the early days of aviation with the Wright brothers, or the First World War, the golden age of the 1920s and 30s, World War II, and even then into the jet era.
It's pretty cool walking around with all the different people that you get to know from the different countries, especially France. I wish I could speak French because we get a lot of people from France here.
My favorite memory of working or volunteering at Planes of Fame is the people that I meet. We have a gentleman that comes here every year from Japan just to watch the Zero fly. Things like that just blow my mind. How well known this museum is, not just in California, but around the world.
People show up and welcome around and say, "This is a flyable aircraft," and they're going, "Wow, really?"
I hear so many different languages come through the door. It's amazing how people throughout the world know this place and have come to see it. And it's an opportunity to share with them about Ed's story.
I used to have great conversations with Ed Maloney. Ed Maloney was a remarkable human being. He had vision and foresight that allowed him to see the importance of saving aviation history.
Ed had started in the museum in Claremont, California, up there on Foothill Boulevard in an old lumber yard. And I, as a teenager, couldn't help but drive by and stop and take a look. When I retired, I started coming back to the museum and found out you could be a volunteer, and so I worked with Ed for about 1.5 years. Ed would have me repairing models. We would go around and open up cases and fix models that were broken in the cases, and so I had a chance to see him again. to sort of get on his good side, so to speak, I built a model of the F5B, and there's no model kits for that. So I had to take several kits and smash them and rebuild them a little bit, and then gave Ed that model. And he was so impressed that he wanted me to work with him every Wednesday.
Ed was very much a historian. He knew aviation history. He could look at a photograph of an aircraft, old black and white photo, say of a World War I era aircraft, and he could instantly tell you what it was. He was a walking encyclopedia of aviation history, and his passion for it was very contagious. Volunteers who knew Ed shared that passion through him, and he inspired a lot of us to continue the quest and continue his dream, really. And that's what the volunteers do here, is we continue Ed Maloney's dream.
You go into a museum and you don't have the aroma of fuel or oil, it's a dead museum. Nothing's happening. We roll these airplanes out, we run them up, we fly them. They're period airplanes that you'll never see again.
So Planes of Fame has an amazing group of volunteers. Some of these are individuals who have been affiliated with aviation their entire lives. Many of the pilots that we have been a part of the museum since they were small children. Others have worked in the industry, either as mechanics or technicians or aircraft designers, and this is a chance for them to continue to utilize those skills to the benefit of the museum. Others are folks like myself who simply love history and tell others about it. And so when you're surrounded by a group of individuals like that, you realize that together we're much stronger than we are as individuals. And so this is a great group of people. What we do here, I think, is meaningful. And I'm just really happy to be a part of an organization that really has so much to offer.
I'm very proud to be part of a team at the Planes of Fame that does a lot of good work in a lot of different areas. Volunteering here is not a one-size-fits-all.
It's a community, and the volunteers here, all of them, are really good people. What volunteering means to me is the act of giving back, and I definitely love what I do.
The museum is really a place where we can engage with our visitors and try to give them an experience that they can't get somewhere else. And for me, and I know for a lot of the volunteers, being a part of that is really something that is fulfilling.
It's the group of people that I think makes it special.
I've been interested in aviation since I was a little kid. I really don't remember when my interest started. It's been my entire conscious life. I came for the airplanes, I stay for the people. This is a really good group of people that volunteer here at the museum. I wish I'd discovered this 30 years ago and spent more time doing it. If they got rid of the airplanes and kept the people, I might still volunteer. The airplanes are the cherry on top of everything.
This museum really could not exist without volunteers.